What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful, delicious, smoky, plump, fully loaded Smashburger sausages. Coming up. This is some meat. Ooh. Pat it dry. And what I got here is the 0.5 of a brisket. Picked this up at HEB because we're making a beef sausage today, and buying a big old chunk of brisket like this is a great way to ensure that we have enough fat, but it's still a big chunk of meat. So first thing we need to do is cut this up a little bit. This is a select brisket piece, so I'm not too worried about too much intramuscular fat. The decal was already carved out pretty severely, so we're just gonna roll with it, see what kind of fat ratio we get. But as always, just cubing this up so it goes through the meat grinder a little bit easier, freezes a little bit quicker. I've already had this in the freezer for about an hour just to kind of expedite the process a little bit because we want this nice and cold to make sure we get a nice clean grind. And just like that, 5 pounds of brisket chopped up going back into the freezer to get nice and cold. Spices for today's sausage include some kosher salt, some black pepper, dry mustard, granulated garlic, granulated onion, and some milk powder as our binder. And through the grinder we go, going through the 10mm die today, the coarse die, as I typically do for sausage making. Beautiful, nice pebbly texture. That's what we're looking for on a nice clean grind. And because I'm feeling a little bit lazy today, I'm gonna go ahead and send this through again. It's gonna give us a bit tighter of a texture on our sausage at the end of the day, but mostly it's gonna help mix the sausage so it takes less time to do it by hand. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and add all of our spices. Give this a quick little mix, make sure it's evenly distributed, and then through the grinder one more time. And there we go, looking good. Next up, we're going in with our liquid, which is just some water, and get this nice and mixed up, just aiming for that nice tacky texture. Once everything's nice and sticky, it'll mean that we'll have a really nice bind on this sausage. Doesn't take long with the double grind, but that's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. And because this is a burger sausage after all, I figured it'd be fun to add some potatoes. And these are in fact some frozen French fries that I just cubed up, and they're still frozen. So in they go, and just get those nice and mixed in and make sure they are evenly incorporated all throughout. Whoops. Boop. Going on with some standard hog casings today, folks. Ooh, it's a long one, nice and slippery. Tie it off, snip the tip, and now we case. And as always, you can make these as big or as small as you like. I'm gonna make these a little bit on the bigger side today, right about there, looking good to me. I'm basically just trying to eyeball these and make them the same size as the buns I'm gonna be using in a minute. Oh yeah, nice and plump. Beautiful. And just like that, all of our beautiful little links are all cased up. So onto a wire rack these go. I'm gonna park these in front of a fan for the next 30 minutes or so, just to really dry out those casings a little bit. That winter ice storm may have knocked out all my trees, but it certainly did not knock out that snake out of my boot. And on the pit we go. Gonna rock this pit nice and smoky, right around 200 degrees. So it's out of the danger zone, so we don't need to worry about botulism or pink salt or any of that, but it's still gonna be low enough to get these links nice and smoky. So we'll check back in on these in a little bit. This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. With January behind us, your New Year's resolutions may already be starting to slip. But HelloFresh is here to help you eat better by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door, taking the hassle out of dinner time. With 40 weekly recipes to choose from, you never have to eat the same thing over and over, and these meal kits make trying new foods and learning new techniques incredibly easy. My favorite part about HelloFresh is the amount of time it saves. Not having to plan a balanced meal or spending hours at the grocery store looking for specific ingredients. With HelloFresh, I can have a delicious meal on the table in less than 30 minutes that not only tastes incredible, but also also saves money compared to takeout or delivery, especially with some of their more unique dishes. Not having to buy an entire bottle of an ingredient that I'll only use once or twice and then end up throwing away. HelloFresh only gives you what you need for the specific meal, saving space in my fridge and helping me cut down on food waste. And these meal kits can be designed for whatever your lifestyle dictates. With vegetarian, pescatarian, quick and easy, and many other meal plans available, HelloFresh has got you covered no matter what. You can also easily customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, or even adding a protein to a veggie dish. So if you're looking for some hassle-free weeknight meals or just need a little bit of help in the kitchen, go to HelloFresh.com and use code ChudsBBQ65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Again, link in the description box of this video taking you to HelloFresh.com, where you can use code ChudsBBQ65 for 65% off plus free shipping. Thank you, HelloFresh. And just like that, about an hour later, these sausages are looking great. Nice and plump, very plump, I must say. Great color on there too. I'm loving these sausages that don't take 3 days to make, but I'm gonna go ahead and snip them all apart. Beautiful. And off the pit directly into an ice bath they go. That's just gonna stop the cooking process, stop any fat rendering, especially because we cook these a little hotter than usual. Just to make sure that those casings get nice and tight and we don't have any shrinkage or wrinkly sausages at the end of the day. Boop. And there we have it, folks. Some beautiful looking, nice, plump, smoky sausages. Came together pretty quick. And once they are dried off and cleaned up, because everybody loves a clean weenie, these things are pretty much good to go. You know, we smoked them to 150 degrees internal temp, so they are fully cooked, nice and plump, fully smoky. And at this point, you can throw them on the grill, back on the smoker, pop them in the fridge, eat them next week, throw them in a vacuum sealer, pop them in your freezer for a really long time, or whatever you want to do. But as the thumbnail suggests, we are making Smashburger sausages today, so we're going to do something a little bit different. Starting by slicing this thing right down the middle, lengthwise. Kinda tough to do on a curved sausage. And there we go. Interesting looking sausage when it doesn't have the cure in it. You can see a bit of a smoke ring, as well as the fact that it's gray inside. Unlike a normal sausage where if we actually put the pink salt in, this would be pink all the way through. But nice looking studdage on that potato in there. Very nice. We'll do one more. We'll go the opposite direction this time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Beautiful. And now we're gonna throw it on the good old Chud press. Got this thing nice and oiled up, and on we go. Ooh. Just trying to get a real nice sear on there, folks. Ooh, that is all I ever could have hoped for. Just some beautiful crust on there, nice caramelization, crisp up those potatoes. But again, we're mostly just trying to add some flavor while heating these things through. And just like that, folks, these things are looking absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at the studdage. Beautiful caramelization on there. That just looks like a tasty bite to me. I will say though, when you flip these over to toast the undersides, it tightens up the casing, so they kind of want to bend a little bit, which makes all the potatoes want to shoot out. But, you know, other than that, I think that's a great looking little bite right there. Throw these on the grill, on your flat top. Woo! I think it's time to assemble a beautiful little sandwich. Toasted hoagie roll from Martin's, of course. We'll take this guy that's still connected and just plop it right on in there. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Might as well fill this cavity with some cheese while we're at it. Am I right, folks? This is a burger sausage after all. Gotta have some cheese. And nestled between two hot wieners, whew, get nice and melty. Oh, yeah, love it. And obviously when you're making these at home, you can do it however you like, but for me, I'm gonna keep it pretty classic with a little bit of some ketchup, spicy ketchup, just to be clear, some yellow mustard, ooh, classic burger toppings, folks, and a classic sausage topper. Couple of pickles on there. These are the ones I made last week in the Smashburger video. Only seems fitting. Love it. And we gotta have a little onion on top. Whew, that looks like a good bite right there. Beautiful. I mean, would you just look at it, folks? A beautiful squishy bun topped with a seared beef sausage studded with potatoes with all the burger fixins. Oh, I gotta dive on in. I gotta say, folks, I know on its face a Smashburger sausage sounds like a pretty gimmicky, dumb idea, but really it's just the concept of cooking a nice, plump, smoky sausage, splitting it in half, and then getting some beautiful caramelization and browning on the outside. You know, this has been done for years. This is nothing new, but I've never done it, and I've never done it on the Chud press before, so I must say I am pretty excited to dive on into that. I mean, what is not to like about that, folks? Come on. Should we start with just one of these guys? I think we should. That is phenomenal. Potatoey. That is a damn fine sausage if I do say so myself. Very pleasant, you know, there's nothing crazy in here. It's not spicy, there's no cayenne. There's also nothing unnecessary, you know, it's just salt, pepper, garlic, onion, mustard, a couple other really basic spices that I put in a lot of my sausages, but having that smoky flavor mixed with that Smashburger crusty Maillard on the outside, very pleasant. Nice and juicy too. Those potatoes actually got a nice little crisp on them after sitting on the flat top. Very nice, very tasty. But that's not why we're here, folks. Should we go for this guy? Would you just look at it? I mean, what a behemoth. This is like some carnival food stuff. All right, let's go for it. Oh. Very tasty, very tasty. I mean, honestly, how could it not be tasty? It was good by itself, so adding cheese and pickles and onions and condiments and a nice squishy bun, you know it's gonna be good. Nice and smoky. That flat top flavor really does come through though. It really is quite reminiscent of a burger. Snappy casings. Nice and plump. It does make you think though, what other garnishes could we put in this that would be great smashed into a hot flat top like that? Some bacon, maybe some ham. I almost put cheese in the sausage just to see how that would do, kind of melt and caramelize, you know, like the edges of a smash burger or grilled cheese or something, but I decided to keep it a little more basic today, as if this is anything but basic. So good. Not sure if you can hear all the saws going off in the neighborhood or all the smoke rolling by the house, but we had a winter storm roll through and every tree in the neighborhood got destroyed. The ice built up, branches got heavy. All my trees in the front yard are toast, and Carl's next door cutting up and burning a bunch of cedar trees, so it smells great out here right now. But yeah, Texas is not built for winter. It's also why I'm shooting this on Monday. Very good. Speaking of Carl, let's go see if he's outside. Carl ate that entire thing while we sat there and chat. I was pretty impressed. It's a big sandwich. But without further ado, folks, I think it's time for the official taste test. That's too small. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, that was weak. Gotta do it again. Well, can't let this go to waste. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic smoky Smashburger sausage sandwiches. I highly recommend giving this one a try. I really love these videos where just by altering a few different techniques here and there, you can end up with something that's completely different than every other sausage wrap or sausage sandwich that I've made on the channel yet, and I highly recommend it. Very tasty stuff. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. As always, the recipe will be in the description box down below. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!